Hello, welcome back. Right, so let's have a look at some of these coins then, shall we? We'll start with Bitcoin, and then we'll go into the IEOs. So Bitcoin's found its bounce yesterday. It actually came back into this this wedge that we had formed, but it's finding rejection at even before it gets to these moving averages. I should say, if it were to make it above 11,200, then it has a shot at moving higher. But it's currently being rejected around that area. We're in a range of around about $500 or so today. We're back within the wedge, like I said, but my expectation is that we're going to come back down beneath this wedge, test these areas. Now, the 50-day close has been rising, so that's increased our support to actually around 10,000, which makes it a lot stronger than it was previously. Previous support was 9,900, between 9,700 and 9,900. That was a very strong sort of box that we had marked off there for it. But now we've got a even stronger support of 10,000 for two reasons: psychological number, 10,000 good square number, and secondly, the 50-day close has now found its way up to that area or thereabouts. So if it does fall down, I expect to bounce around 10,000 and probably a strong bounce. But then what we'll have to see is where that bounce takes us. If it takes us higher than this area that we got today, which would have been 11,000. If we can get to that and beyond, let's just say 11,200, it might trigger some form of bullish momentum and recovery. But in order for Bitcoin to really recover, it needs to recover a little slower than it tried this time. The faster it tries to get up there, the weaker the weaker its momentum and the stronger the resistance is. So we'll see how this one goes. Like I say, for me it's a no trade zone until we get above and stay above 11,200, or we break beneath 10,000. We'll have to see how the movement goes. So yeah, this area still is definitely a no trade zone. Right, so let's move to Matic. Matic again. I'm sure if you watch my videos, so we've been watching its steady decline, and it's continuing to decline, not looking very good. We're on the Bitcoin pairing, and we kind of we're trending sideways, very, 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 very sideways. Looks like we're looking to try to make some higher movements on this one now. All depending on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up, we are going to go down, and if Bitcoin goes down, we're probably going to go up, specifically with its Satoshi value. Tether pairing would not quite be the same. We are looking to bottom out, but currently we don't appear to have bottomed. We're around 1.4 cent. We've been around there, roughly around there, for a while now, a few days now, and all moving averages sloping downwards, and actually the RSI looks like it wants to begin to make some higher moves on this one. But when I say higher moves, I'm talking very small moves. There's no reason for it to make a big leap like this, for instance. It's probably going to be looking to go up. You know, we're talking perhaps next level would simply just be 1.5 cent, and so on, you know. And we're just waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing. If Bitcoin continues to trade in its area that it is now, alts are all they're stuck really. They don't know whether to move up or down, because the Bitcoin dominance is still high, with such large trading ranges with Bitcoin, and I'm talking, you know, $800 a day or more. You know, people are going to want to trade that. You see, the volatility and with such clearly marked off support and resistances, people are going to want to keep trading that. So long as there's movement with Bitcoin, there's dominance with Bitcoin. BitTorrent token. Right, so BitTorrent token has fallen off a cliff, and is probably going to keep falling until we find a level which we could build upon. All moving averages are sloping downwards now. We're beneath all moving averages also. Indicators look like it wants to keep going down, so we've still got to find a lower low. This area here of 0.0009 will probably be tested once again, and probably even broken actually, before we start to bottom out and make a high. So that again is a no trade zone. Satoshi values, they're still not getting any lower than 9, which is good, and this continues to want to go sideways. Actually, the RSA does look like it wants to make higher highs on this, but it's certainly just a sideways move. We're talking 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 Satoshi differences, which is quite a large range, considering our Satoshis are so small. But sideways movement definitely. And Celr pretty much the same as Matic. We're sort of trending sideways, not quite as positive as Matic, but it looks like it wants to do sideways and maybe start to move up a little. Because we've been going sideways for so long in such a relatively small trading range, and actually we have made lower lows now, and these indicators do suggest sort of perhaps maybe a little further to go. But I think we're probably going to bottom out around this area. Maybe 100 Satoshis perhaps could be our bottom, but that all remains to be seen. We've got to wait to see what happens with Bitcoin. Obviously, everything depends on Bitcoin. And when we look at the tether pairing, it's not going to look great, unfortunately. So we are on daily charts. We're only currently looking at daily charts. But yeah, we had nice moves, obviously, and that was way back when there was a sort of a big push for these IEO coins. Actually started to recover. So for a coin that did have a parabolic top and collapse, it did actually recover relatively well. Had a second attempt at recovery here. So I think when this one does finally bottom out, it actually will do quite well. Now it's unlikely to go and do massive, big, steep moves, but I do expect it to recover slowly but surely and gain relative momentum and strength. But for the moment, it's down. It's all down, and it's going to continue to go down until that dominance is broken, because we've got a very small volume across the board of all alts, and especially these IEO coins. So again, no trade zone until we find indicators and signals that give us any kind of positive sign that there's going to be a recovery on these. So I will leave it with you there, just a short video, because again, it's not much going on with these coins. There's not really a great deal more to say that I haven't already said on my previous videos. So I hope you have a nice day, take it easy, and thanks for watching.